Hi, I'm Profe, and I've been teaching Spanish since 2000. I have a Teachers Pay Teachers store for Spanish teachers, and I create these videos to share new activity ideas that you can use in your Spanish classroom tomorrow morning. So if you've seen my store before, you know that I have thousands of products, and I know that it's really easy to get lost in the options. Not only am I overproductive, but I'm also overly organized as well. So if you click below, you can find free product guides to help you find the activities for the topic that you are teaching this week. You can also follow my store to get announcements about upcoming sales.
Okay, let's talk about scaffolded differentiation. These are big, multi-day activities. You want to use these to review the big, hairy skills that come up year after year. So when you review ser versus estar at the beginning of Spanish 2, or you review preterite versus imperfect in Spanish 3. So this is not at the beginning of instruction. This is coming back around and checking how much do you remember, understanding that your students are coming in with different levels of memory and mastery. What can we do about it? If you purchase a scaffolded differentiation activity from me, you're going to get first instructions for you as the teacher, because this is a multi-step, multi-day review process. It has a pre-test, which is also the same as the post-test, which has an answer key. And then there are 6 differentiated challenges that have scaffolding within each one. Regardless of the topic you pick, first you're going to be giving a pre-test. The pre-test is made up of 5 sections, 10 points each. They are all within a clear learning target and benchmark, and they are at depth of knowledge level 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So you are going to give that pretest, and then over the weekend, assess students. And if they can't do part 1 to mastery, they get the pink challenge. If they can't do part 2 to mastery, they get orange. 3 goes to yellow, 4 goes to green, 5 goes to blue. If they can do all of them, they go to purple. Let's take a look at those. Each color challenge will work through 2 to 3 levels of scaffolded help. So for example, if for ser versus estar, a student can't even conjugate them in the present tense, there's a QR code to a video explaining how to conjugate them, and then they're going to go out online and look up ser conjugation videos and estar conjugation videos and use those to build mnemonic devices for how to conjugate it. Students at level 2 depth of knowledge might, for example, know how to conjugate both verbs in the present tense, but has forgotten the rules of when to use one or the other. So they're going to scan a QR code to watch a quick recap notes video and fill in those notes. Then they're going to look up a mnemonic device to help them remember, do a practice, and check it off with you. Level 3 depth of knowledge might mean students who have that list memorized, but they don't know what that looks like in writing. So this is going to be an interpretive reading where they are reading a paragraph that has ser and estar in context. And at the first level of scaffolding, I provide option A or option B, why was it ser or why was it estar? And then they get to check that with the answer key, and then they move up to a paragraph where they are getting no scaffolded guidance, and instead they just have to say, from looking at it in context, what's the reason why it uses ser or estar? Depth of knowledge 4 might mean that they have that interpretive skill. They can understand it when they read it in a paragraph, but they're struggling with producing it themselves. So at the first level of scaffolding, there's a paragraph, and they have to start by selecting, would you do the form of ser or the form of estar? And then down below, they have to notate why they believed it had to be that. Then they check it with the answer key. We take away that level of support for the scaffold. And now on the last one, they have to just fill in the correct form of either ser or estar and check it with you. Depth of knowledge 5 is for the students who really have those interpretive skills down. They know the rules, they know how to conjugate, and they're ready to do that presentational piece on their own. So at the first level, they are getting specific prompts. Hey, can you give me one example describing yourself using ser? Or can you tell me how you're feeling using estar? And then on the second page, they are moving to a total free write. Tell me about yourself and the people in your life using ser or estar accordingly in each sentence. Depth of knowledge 6 is for students who have demonstrated mastery on the whole learning target. So this could be students who remembered so much from before that they crushed it on the pretest, or it could be that students have worked their way through the rainbow over multi-days and now they're on to level 6. And so those students are going to demonstrate that they are in fact masters by creating an instructional slideshow that can then be played for the rest of the class. Finally, you're going to go back and give that same test again now as the post-test, and now you've got really good data to look at with your PLC and look at student growth from one depth of knowledge level to another. Here's what I think you're going to like. This is 14 activities in one. It's differentiated according to students' prior knowledge, and it has scaffolded supports along the way within each challenge. It has multimedia activities built in where necessary. I'm embedding videos where I reteach the instruction. Students are working with mnemonic devices and songs. There are reading passages and slideshow projects. And then this is data-driven instruction and assessment. Creating all of this is a really heavy lift. Please let me do that for you. Then you get clear assessments with clear articulation of the learning targets and the benchmarks, and you can really work through that data analysis with your team.
Whenever you buy Spanish activities from my store, you will get detailed instructions for you and for your students so that you can be ready to roll tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching. I hope you feel like you have one more tool for your teacher's toolbox. If you have any questions, my email is down below.